Hi, this is Assemblymember Jared Huffman, appearing thanks to the magic of smartphone technology, and we're talking about my benefit corporation bill, AB 361.
All right, thank you so much for talking to us today. The first question was, how did AB 361 come about?
Well, it's an interesting origin because every year I have a contest for my constituents called There Ought to Be a Law. And this was an idea that came to me not from one, but from actually 5 separate constituents, basically all suggesting the same concept, and that is that we create this new type of corporation to advance corporate social responsibility. A couple of the folks that submitted it knew about benefit corporation legislation in other states. Some of them knew about B Labs, which is one of the leading third-party certification standards. And so, this was an idea that really jumped out at me at first because I was really interested in doing something on corporate social responsibility. But then the more I looked, I saw there are all these companies, all these investors, all these customers demanding that California get out and lead by creating this new type of corporation. So I got pretty excited about the bill pretty quickly.
Sounds good. And what are the key points of the bill?
So, first of all, the new type of corporation will be voluntary. Nobody has to be a benefit corporation if they don't want to be. But for those who choose to be, there will be a broader definition of fiduciary duty. So instead of this traditional concept of always making decisions that maximize profit for shareholders, benefit corporations will have to embed in their decision making a broader fiduciary duty that includes communities, it includes employees, includes the environment. And that's something they're going to have to think about in all of the decisions they make as a corporation. The other important part of the bill involves transparency and accountability. So it's not just saying that you're going to do these things. You will have to hold yourself to third-party standards, rigorous, comprehensive third-party standards, and file an annual report that will be available to the public and to your own shareholders, who will have some remedies in the event that you don't live up to those standards.
And what steps must occur from here forward for the benefit corporations to become California law?
Well, assuming we get our votes today in the Senate Judiciary Committee, which I'm pretty confident we will, the bill will go to the Senate Appropriations Committee, and that's where they're going to take a look at whether there are any costs to the state. We don't think there are. The Assembly Appropriations Committee determined that there was no significant cost to the state. So we should clear that hurdle and then make it to the floor of the state Senate in about a month. And then there'll be a vote that sends it back over to the Assembly one more time for what they call a concurrence vote, an up or down vote on the Assembly floor. We've been having bipartisan support so far, so that's a very, very good sign for the bill, and it's consistent with what this type of legislation has received in other states. So I'm hopeful that by the end of August we will have a very, very important bill on corporate social responsibility on Governor Brown's desk.
Excellent. And last question is, why is this bill important to you?
Well, it's important to me because as we look at all the different problems we face in our country, it's easy to imagine that if corporations just held themselves to a higher standard, or at least if more of them did, we could do a lot of good and we could do a lot less bad. And it's exciting to me that there are all these folks, entrepreneurs, social investors, and consumers that want to be part of this higher standard. So I'm excited to do my part to advance that. I'm also excited to do it for California because it is going to bring businesses, it's going to bring investors, it's going to bring jobs to our state at a time when I think we really need to roll out the welcome mat to all of that.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Assemblyman Huffman, and we wish you good luck.
Thank you very much.